You finally sit down and your brain whispers, "You should be doing something." That sudden unease is not laziness. For millions of people, it is a learned survival rule wired in childhood when being useful felt like the only way to belong. If resting triggers guilt instead of relief, what secret belief is running your life? And what would happen if you challenged it? Long before adulthood, the rules about rest and worth begin to take shape. In many families, praise is not just about what you do, but who you are when you are useful. A child hears someone say you are such a good helper, or you are so mature for your age, and learns to link belonging with productivity. For some, this lesson lands early. Take Sam, age 8, who noticed how smiles and extra attention followed every chore finished or homework done without being asked. Sitting quietly with a book or just daydreaming brought no such reward, and sometimes earned a sigh or a reminder that there is always something to do. Over time, these moments stack up. The nervous system starts to treat rest as risky, not relaxing. Alfred Adler called this private logic, a set of rules, often invisible, that quietly shape how a person moves through the world. For Sam, the rule becomes simple. Being helpful keeps you close. Being idle puts your place at risk. The message is not spoken outright, but it is felt in every approving glance or disappointed frown. By the time childhood ends, the habit is set. Rest does not just mean stopping, it means stepping outside the circle of acceptance, even if no one says so out loud. Sam, now an adult, runs on a schedule that never quite ends. The workday bleeds into late-night emails, and weekends fill with chores that feel urgent but never final. Even when the calendar clears, Sam's mind hunts for loose ends, one more task to cross off, one more way to be needed. The promise of rest dangles just out of reach, always earned but never granted. This is the overachiever trap, a life built around proving worth, where the finish line moves every time it comes into view. 3 signs often show up. First, rest is rationed like a reward. Only after every item is checked off does Sam allow a break, but new tasks appear before the chance arrives. Second, downtime turns into scrolling. Fingers flicking through feeds, mind half engaged, never truly restored. It is not rest, it is numbing. Third, real calm only comes when someone else needs help. As long as Sam is useful, anxiety stays quiet. The moment things slow down, guilt seeps in. Adler described this pattern as overcompensation. Feelings of not being enough get buried under a mountain of activity. It is not about laziness or lack of willpower. Sometimes, "I can't rest" really means I do not feel safe being ordinary. The cost is constant exhaustion, in the sense that any pause is a risk to belonging. Sam finishes one last task, then sits back, expecting relief. Instead, a wave of unease creeps in, a hollow, restless feeling just beneath the surface. This is more than the urge to stay busy, it is the body's way of dodging something deeper. For many, nonstop activity acts as armor. It shields against fears that surface in stillness, fear of being judged, fear of falling short, even fear of facing old doubts about self-worth. In those first quiet moments, the mind races with questions. What if I am needed and not there? What if I lose my place? Adler called these safeguarding behaviors. They protect from discomfort, but keep real rest out of reach. When the shield drops, the discomfort is not laziness. It is the nervous system bracing for danger. When do you notice guilt spike the most after a conflict? When someone else is stressed, or when you feel behind? Not all rest is created equal. Numbing rest, like endless scrolling, background television, or half-hearted multitasking, keeps the mind busy and the body tense. The nervous system stays on alert, trapped in a low-grade threat mode. Sam notices that after 20 minutes of scrolling, there is no real relief, just a sense of lost time and a mind still buzzing with comparison. Restorative rest looks different. It means stepping away from input, taking a short walk outside, a warm shower, slow stretching, sunlight on skin, music that softens the breath. These moments send a signal of safety, letting the body return to balance. When Sam chooses a quiet walk instead of more screen time, the guilt does not vanish, but calm starts to return. This is the beginning of real restoration. Change starts with a small, deliberate pause. The first tool is a guilt audit. Write down the rule that flares up when you rest. For example, good people are always productive, or if I stop, I fall behind. Next, set a timer for 2 minutes. Sit, breathe, and do nothing that counts as productive. When guilt shows up, give that feeling a name. Old rule, notice how your body feels, a tight chest, restless legs, the urge to grab your phone. This is your nervous system learning a new pattern. Try sending a message to someone you care about with no purpose except connection. Choose one form of rest you can repeat, a short walk, music, or just quiet. Sam tries this. Timer set, guilt named, breath finally deepening. The finish line moves, but the practice stays simple. Right now, over half of working adults report rest guilt, even as burnout rates soar. The courage to rest isn't selfish. It's how we reclaim our humanity. What rule are you rewriting?